by a lot, and my commission's like around 5% on every close.
See, what's your base?
It's not confirmed yet. I'm trying to push it to like 800 USD, but
Cool.
we'll see.
All right. All right, perfect. Yeah, run it when you're ready.
Okay, guys, I think we're all set now with the technology. It's my first time using Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much, guys, I know you hear the saying like network is net worth all the time. Like, here's a story of like how I actually turned my network into net worth. And although I was working in crypto at the time, I think it has a strong like connection to sales and appointment setting. Believe it or not. So here's like 2020, where it all started. I started off with around $10,000 in the market. As you guys are doing, I locked in, I worked hard, I learned my like skill set, I learned how to trade. And then by like 2021, I grew it to over $500,000. Obviously, here is me in like Croatia in a private hot tub, enjoying my money. And then like a year later, I was in the same place. I had $10,000 again to my name after making 500 grand. And I think like the reason why I lost it all, I mean, like the drip I'm wearing in this photo has a big part to play. But ultimately, I think it's because I stayed in the same place. I was living in Newcastle in the UK. It's a big party city. I didn't have any friends with any money. I was still hanging around with the same people I was hanging around with back when I was messing around, back when I didn't have much money. I had no lifestyle elevation, the same bad habits, no exposure to high level people, and poor decisions and a lot of distractions, and a lot of Amiri and a lot of Balmain that's never seen the light of day since. So the second time around, when I started off with the $10,000 I had left to my name, like thankfully I already had the skill set. I knew how to trade. I knew what to do in crypto. But like this time around, like a lot of the money I was making, I was investing into traveling. So here is me at an NFT convention in the Czech Republic. Here is me at like a crypto convention in Algarve. Here is me at a massive crypto convention in Singapore. And I'm not sure if you can see the one on the right, but yeah, here's me in Dubai. This is actually this year at like another crypto event. So instead of like spending my money on like doing stupid things, I was spending my money and investing into these like conventions, going to these trips around the world, and I was networking with like-minded individuals. And like obviously, I'm a young guy. I'm only 24. At the time, I was going to these are conventions on the left. I was around like 21, 22, and I was meeting with people that had more money than me in the space, that were better traders than me, and I was learning like how they lived, what kind of habits did they have, how did they live their life, what did they do with their profits, what were they buying, and yeah, like since I grew my network in my industry, I was able to do some like really amazing, cool things that I wasn't able to do prior, and that was because I left my comfort zone. I started to travel. I gave myself the chance of luck, and I started networking with great people. Let me get back on this. So yeah, like second time, as soon as I came into large amounts of money, I built up a six-figure portfolio. I left the UK permanently. First, I moved to Egypt and then Thailand. Got around winners, people that are like-minded to me. I grew my skill set. I started learning about like sales, scaling offers, and things like that. I actually like scaled at $100 a month crypto group to 15K a month, which isn't like really that much, but it's it's quite insane for low ticket. And yeah, I just wrote down like your network is your shortcut if you want to grow fast. Don't just work hard, get around people who are already living the life. Um, so like, why do I think this is important for an appointment setter specifically? I wrote down here, the best offers don't go to the best setters. They go to the best that they go to the best connected network, which you guys obviously are in the right place here in a superior setters. I don't really know of any other like networks for appointment setters. So you guys are in the right place for that. Um, and I've also written down like to network with like closers. I wouldn't really underestimate having like a relationship with other closers in the space. Like obviously like closers that are making money, like closers that are on top offers, there'll also be high paying offers for appointment setters. Like, 'cause if a closer's making money and they're making over 10K a month, that means their appointment setter is also making good money. And also network with info product owners. Anyone that you know that's running an info product, even if it's not doing as like amazing right now, like even having the connection, and then like a couple months down the line, there's a lot of inbound traffic, and you're like friends with that person. It's an easy way into a good offer. And I wrote down like the 80-20 rule. So like a lot of people in business, they think like have to like grind 24/7. I think you have to give yourselves a little bit of time, like to actually get some luck in life. Like go out, like go to networking events, meet people, and like give yourself a chance of like bumping into the right connection. As I said, you don't get lucky by sitting indoors in your hometown. So yeah, like the fast track to success, guys. I know all of you are like starting to make money online. I know like appointment setters, anything from the 2 to 5K range. I recommend to begin to like travel, go to these like big cities where entrepreneurs are at, meet with closers, info, product owners face to face, and just get yourselves out there. Like Lennon said to me a lot of times, like appointment setting is it's not like the end goal. It's obviously see a beginning into the entrepreneur journey. Like you guys down the line, you guys could be doing some crazy things, and this skill in sales is going to be getting you guys in the door. So get in rooms where the ceiling is higher, be around people who are doing what you want to do, and obviously don't wait for opportunities. Go where people are, go to these big cities, and connect with the people you guys need to connect with. So yeah, that's just a quick presentation I wrote for you guys. Thank you for having me. And yeah, just got a little bit of like crypto source here. You guys can take a screenshot. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about like coins and stuff to Lennon. So here are the meme coins I hold. Here are the altcoins I hold. Of course, no financial advice. Take that information as you will.
Yeah, cheers. I was gonna say, Brent, a lot of people ask me, like, I'm not the best person to ask, but obviously they start making money and then they have like, 5, 10, 20, 50K to invest. Like, what would you say? Because you've been investing your whole life. What would you say these boys should do with like the money they've saved? How should they invest it?
I say the best investors don't really care about like the money that they have in the markets. That's the first thing I'd say. If you guys are looking to invest, especially into crypto, you want to be putting in like money that you don't really care if you wake up and you see it at like zero. Because if you have an emotional attachment to this money, let's say it's your last 5, 10K, like every time there's volatility in the markets, you guys are going to be making the wrong decisions. So I'd recommend like, obviously, if that's all you have, I wouldn't really like play around with that kind of money. I'd start off small and try to build your pot up.
Cool. But yeah, have any of you boys got any questions regarding like crypto or like the networking that Brandon has just gone through? Hopefully you boys do, so we can make this a bit longer. But
Yeah, Brendan. With like the meme coins, isn't that like really, really risky? Like I've never seen I don't know a lot about meme coins, but aren't they like just a trend for a bit and then it just dies off?
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten worse as the years go on. When I first got into crypto, meme coins had a longer lifespan. Like these days, they can have like a lifespan of like kind of up to a day. So
Yeah.
it's getting for sure.
cool. So anyone else got
You've had to overcome, obviously, doing crypto, and like, how did you overcome that?
How do I overcome what, sorry?
Biggest challenge.
You got out, Ben, if you want to repeat that. We can't hear
Biggest
you.
challenge.
Yeah, something wrong with your mic, I think. You might. But I think you said, what's the biggest challenge with crypto, you say?
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, how did you overcome, obviously, your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge when it came to crypto, I'm not too sure what that is. I think it was the second time where I built myself up from obviously 500K all the way down to 10K. I had to be really careful with obviously what I was doing, because if I lost that 10K, obviously I would be starting from zero again. So I just took more of a risk management like second time round. Like if things weren't really going where I wanted, I would have a tight like stop loss. and yeah, that was hard. Like, 'cause I wasn't really used to obviously like having like such a tight stop loss. But yeah, it's being more like disciplined with my trading, I'd say.
Cool. I was gonna say, I've got a question for Ben. I was gonna say, well, for you, random, but Ben's thinking of coming to Bali for a month. Like, what benefits do you think he would get? You know, obviously someone that's new to the place going to somewhere like Bali.
Yeah, so Bali has 100,000 digital nomads, the most in the world by quite a country mile. And like being in a place like that, um, obviously, like you're going to be like surrounded by a lot of like young energy people that are in fantastic shape as well. Like I had a good physique until I went to Bali, so that's going to just push you in all areas of life. It's going to push you socially to connect with all these people. It's going to push you physically, and it's going to push you mentally. So I'd say it's a no-brainer, really. Like I'd say it's like in the top 3 best places you can go to as a digital nomad.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Cool. Anyone else got any questions? Go on, Joseph, if you would.
No. I've got one quick question. So you know the likes of like USDT and USDC.
Yeah.
Like I've got some money in there. Is it really like responsible keeping it in there or not? Just because I'm like I say it is a stable coin and I just want to like hold it there just to like try and hide it from tax and stuff like that.
I'd say it's safer than having it in a bank because obviously banks, they can freeze your account at any time. If you have money on the blockchain, it's obviously like you're your own bank. So yeah, it's the safest place it can be, mate.
All right.
That's it. Go on, John.
Now, obviously, you said you made like 500K. Where did you like learn all this stuff to actually gain the skills to do that?
Just by trial and error, really. I just dove in at the deep end. Like, I lost money. I lost like 2K on my first ever trade. And I thought if I could lose 2K in a day, then I could make 2K in a day. And I just kept like doing research into the dark depths of like crypto. And I just found a few just really awesome companies when they were really cheap, and I invested in them and they done me really well. I'd say the barrier to entry right now in terms of crypto is much more difficult than it was in 2020. So it's one of them industries that the earlier the better, in my opinion.
Cool. Go on, Sam.
What's your like biggest tips for staying consistent when it gets like quite hard?
My biggest tips for something that gets hard. Sorry, I didn't quite
For
get
staying consistent when it gets hard.
For staying consistent when it gets hard, I mean, I would just say like just like consistency is everything, right? Like you have to do things for a long period of time that you're not getting rewarded for in order for the big payout. Like people that are like posting content, they post content for free. Like some people post content like for free for years. Then they get their first big break, they get their first viral video, they make their first sale, and then all of a sudden like life just goes on the uprise. And if they weren't staying consistent like the whole time, they wouldn't have had that big payout. So I'd say the hardest thing in terms of like all this business stuff is like doing the like stuff you're not getting rewarded for. Until you eventually get your big break or payout. Like a lot of you guys doing appointment setting, you would have done like loads and loads of cold DMs until you eventually got your first offer. And like you wouldn't have got your first offer if you hadn't done all those cold DMs that you weren't getting paid for. So it's all about just staying consistent.
On Marcel.
What do you think is going to happen to the crypto market when Asia and like China and India are able to buy crypto?
They still can buy crypto. Like China are one of the biggest holders of crypto.
I thought it's like less than 1% of the people can actually buy it, like know about crypto. Like when more people discover it, what do you think is going to happen?
Of course, yeah. As it gets more mass adopted, it's going to keep going up. But like a lot of these guys are all heavily involved. Like China have like banned Bitcoin and unbanned Bitcoin for years, but like people still hold it. Like you can't really ban Bitcoin. You can't like ban something that's on the blockchain. It's impossible. So it's all just like kind of like fake news to try and have like price impacts and like for the government to get like a cheap entry, that kind of thing. Like China are heavy in Bitcoin.
Master, you do quite a lot of crypto in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Most of my money's in XRP at the minute. So yeah, what do you think of XRP as well?
I think from a technological like standpoint, I think it's terrible. But like a lot of people who are like OGs of crypto, like myself, we thought XRP is terrible, right? So we're not going to buy it. But we kind of misconcepted the point that it's going to be all over TikTok. A lot of like people who are new to the space are going to be like buying it through TikTok. So it's kind of going to pump as if it's a meme coin, like just from like the mind share of it. And that is, that's why I missed out on a generational trade over the last year on XRP. And I do believe it is going to continue to go up from here, like purely because of the community. Like community in crypto is more important than anything. And XRP has one of the best communities, so I think it's going to continue to soar. But like from a technological standpoint, I don't think it has much of a future.
Does anyone else have any more questions?
Yeah, I got one.
Go for it, bro.
How does your day-to-day differ from when you were living in England, making up to 500,000, compared to when you've been living elsewhere?
It's more just like the routine. I still like go out from time to time, but like when I was living in the UK and I was making a lot of money, I would go out probably like 4 to 5 times a week. Like here, I go out probably 2 to 3 times a month, and like only one of them would be like a heavy session. Like, because a lot of the people I surround myself here, it's kind of like frowned upon to go out. Like if I were to go out, I would have loads of my friends like sending like digs at me in my like DMs, and my business partners would be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah. Like it's like frowned upon here to like go out a lot. Like people would obviously take the piss out of you and like frown upon you for not obviously locking in and like being involved, being heavily focused on like health and business. So like my lifestyle is more just like wake up, go to the gym for a long period of time, do my cardio, I eat clean twice a day, just like stick to routines, work 5-6 hours a day. It's a lot more structured.
Okay, so would you say that's still very possible in England? It was just easier because the people you're surrounded by in different countries?
Yeah, it's more than still possible in England. Yeah, like if I were to go back to England, like now, I would live the same life I have now because I built the habits. But I believe life out here is just 10 times better, in my opinion.
Cool, thanks.
Cool. Josh, you have your hand up?
I did, mate. Yeah, but Blake's answer sort of covered my question as well.
What was your question anyway? Brandon might have a different answer.
Sort of in terms of when you restarted, Brandon, what were some of the smaller lifestyle changes you made that helps you sort of get up to the point where you could move out the country and sort of do the bigger changes that you made?
So I did something called monk mode, and it's pretty much where you have a complete dopamine detox. Like, so I signed out of all social medias. I deactivated all my social medias. I couldn't do that now because obviously I'm a public figure, but at the time I deactivated all my Instagram accounts. I turned my phone into a grayscale mode, so my phone was just like black and white. I didn't even eat any food until like 3 p.m. as that's a big part of like a dopamine release. Like no scrolling whatsoever. Like no drinking at all. Like I didn't drink for like 15 months, which is like crazy for me. That's a record that will probably never be broken. But yeah, I didn't drink for 15 months. I didn't like smoke weed or anything. I literally just like starved myself to where I started to get like enjoyment out of learning, reading, clean food, weight training, and crypto. And that was where I started to eventually get my dopamine releases from. So I had to like starve myself from all the bad things for a long period of time, and so I could get the rewards from the good things. And then like slowly, I slowly implemented them back into my life. But now I'm able to control them. Like I have like a certain like amount of time on my phone that I'm allowed on Instagram a day. I still don't have TikTok because like for my business it's absolutely pointless. And yeah, I'm just more responsible with like all the bad habits I used to have. But like I'd say the best way and the fastest way of like getting rid of them and changing your life is by having a dopamine detox.
Go on, exhaust.
Awesome. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a question. You know how when you kind of like moved out of the UK permanently, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Like how did you kind of go about like finding like the communities to kind of network with and things like that?
So I work in crypto. So like before I moved out to the UK, I used to just look on like online at what like crypto events there were like around the world, and I would just like try and go to like a few a year. I think like before I first moved out of the UK, I was going to them in Europe. I went to one in like Turkey, the Czech Republic, also Prague, and then when I moved out to the UK, first I moved like to Egypt because I have like a best friend who I was living with, and his dad owns loads of real estate out there. So we were just kind of just like checking out his apartments. He was letting us stay in one. And then like Thailand, I knew somebody from my hometown who moved to Thailand, and he like grew a very successful network and personal brand out here. And I kind of just like, I was just inspired by that. So Thailand was the first place I came to. And in terms of just meeting people, I think like a lot of us just like see each other online, like few mutual friends. If you're on like a specific algorithm, like people will just come up. I'm pretty sure that's how Lennon met like a few of my friends. It was just from like Instagram, and just like you message like each other like, oh, let's go for a coffee or let's go for dinner, and you just like friends of friends. You end up just like compounding, just meeting each other. But yeah, like, if you're looking to go to like a specific events in your niche, like say it's sales, type in like sales conventions, and there should be loads around the world, like a lot of big sales conventions. I know there was a big one actually in I think it was like Texas a couple of months ago that somebody went to that I know.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Cool. Anyone else?
Brandon, can you just talk us through like a day in the life of what it was like? Obviously, working a full-time job, trying to make your way out of it. Like, what was it like for you?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much what it looks like. It's a hard grind. I'd say like the best thing to do is to get yourself out of that like 9 to 5 like as soon as possible, right? Like if you work a 9 to 5 and you spend the rest of your day like obviously working on your hustle, it's what needs to be done, but it's not ideal. You're gonna get like massive burnout from that. So the best thing to do would be to just have like a set amount of like cash that you can live off for like a couple of months to just try and make something work, just like completely on your own. Because I knew as soon as I was like technically unemployed, I was making a lot more progress when I was unemployed than when I was employed.
Yeah, I mean, Blake, that's exactly what you've done, right? Just for here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. I'm going to Bali in September, but that's what I was going to do. I've got like 3 months saved up, and we're just like, nah, I don't like working behind the bar, so it just gives me even more of a reason to grind for it. And if worse comes to worse, I run out of money, get another job, do it again.
Exactly.
But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
100%. Yeah, love that. Anyone else got any other questions? Who hasn't asked a question yet? Go on. Whoever hasn't asked a question yet, get a question in.
How did you go from 500k down to 10k?
So 250, I'd say like 300k ended up going into a bank, and it was I was just like spending. I was trying to flip the rest up in crypto. I made a mistake in like a project my friend was working for. I ended up putting the rest of the money that I had in crypto, which was like 250k, into my friend's project. I had it in my friend's project. Like the owners of that project ended up having a massive fallout. They ended up selling the coin, which rug pulled. I don't know if you guys know what like rug pulled like means, but like it rug pulled me, my friend, and my friend's dad. And my friend's dad actually had $1 million in that coin as well, which went to like similar amounts. So yeah, crypto gets rough on the dark side of it, but like it's a lesson that I had to learn. So I'm happy it happened.
Cool.
If you weren't in the crypto space, what else would you look at getting into and why?
If I wasn't in the crypto space and I wanted to learn a high leverage skill, it would probably be sales. To be honest, like I'd say like anyone I know from home who's like inspired by me and they message me about crypto, I say that if you guys don't have any money, like crypto is pointless. Learn sales, get yourselves in the door, get yourselves into these places, Thailand, Bali, get in these circles, grow your network and your life just elevates from there. Like so many successful people I know, including Len and myself, one of the like more successful people I know, started off in sales.
Cool. That was a good question, Charlie. Nice. Anyone else got another question?
Got another one if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it, bro. As many as you want, bro.
Brandon, how transferable is like Forex trading skills into doing crypto?
I'd say they're completely opposite. Like Forex is heavily impacted by news, but it's mostly like people are like charting on like 5 to 1 minute charts, so it's a lot more technical. Where like crypto is being traded purely on emotion, which is like sentimental analysis. So I'd say it's the polar opposite. Like I know how to trade like technically, but I make a lot more money when I trade based on like emotion trading. I'd say that's the big factor between them.
So if you had to start from square one again, or if you were to recommend it to anyone to learn, you would recommend crypto over Forex?
I would say so, yeah, because I know like so many people that are like so rich in crypto that like they don't even have like a social media. Like they're just so rich. Where like I don't know anyone who's like purely rich just off Forex. Like a lot of them make more money like selling programs than they do actually like trading. Which like that's the difference between crypto and Forex. Like I was making like 15K a month, like at the highs of my group, and like I was doing up to like 50 to like 200K a month, like trading. So like Forex, I'll probably make like a few grand a month, like trading, and then they'd make like 100K a month off their course.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Who else hasn't asked a question yet or want to ask another one?
Brandon, I've got one more question for you. Are there any crypto books you'd recommend reading?
I would read the Bitcoin Standard. That is the best crypto book.
Appreciate that.
Bitcoin's going to be a big part of all of our lives in the future. Yeah. And yeah, it's good to gain knowledge around it, even at this time.
Go on, Joe.
So if you'd like invest in one crypto coin now, which one would you like to suggest?
If I were putting in like 5K plus, I would invest in Fartcoin. If I was putting in a lower amount of money looking for like a high risk, high reward, I'd put it in Troll.
All right.
What happens if you had what would you put it in if you had like, let's say 50K plus, etc.? Bitcoin, right?
If I was putting in 50K, I would probably put 10K into Fartcoin, and I would put 40K into Ethereum.
Nice. I know you had to talk the other day, but I think it'll be beneficial for the boys. Like, what is like the future for crypto?
Well, like I use crypto as a payment. Like that is kind of what it is. It's the new world order in terms of like banking and paying people. Like pretty much all of the expenses I have for the 1%, which like is like a couple of grand a month, I pay all of it in a Solana, because I have people working for me all around the world. All of them are from different countries. Instead of like doing a silly international transfer, I just send them Solana. Like it's still a currency, it still has fiat value, and they can just do what they want with it from there. And I'd say everyone apart from like 2 or 3 people that have like paid us to join the 1%, have all paid in crypto as well.
Sick. Do you think crypto will replace like just like pounds or like or however you call it, like actual just currencies?
I don't think I don't think yet it's gonna like replace obviously the big currencies because they do still hold a lot of value, but like fiat is currently being printed, right? There's like an unlimited supply of British pounds, American dollars. It's just like constantly being printed every year. That's why we get this massive inflation where Bitcoin, there's only like 21 million Bitcoin in the world, so it's a deflationary asset. So like people are buying it because it's like protecting themselves from the like inevitable, which is the fiat collapse. And a lot of countries such as El Salvador and like some other third world countries, Argentina, Venezuela, they've all now implemented Bitcoin into their ecosystem where it's just like spent across the country because their currencies are just so worthless. Like people are just throwing it on the floor. So like El Salvador has completely resurrected their economy through Bitcoin itself.
Go on, Matthew.
How important do you think it is to have like cash in your house, like gold, and like instead of all assets, like on your phone?
Do you mean like physical like blocks of gold? I don't think there's any difference than having like Bitcoin, which is a digital gold. I'd say it's safer to have digital assets rather than physical assets. Like, because like say there's like something like a forest fire in Los Angeles, like all these $1 million mansions were burned down. Obviously, Bitcoin can never be burned down. So like, I would argue the fact that it's actually the safest asset to hold.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Go on, Joel. You're on mute, by the way.
Sorry, my bad. In order to like learn everything I need to know, like in order to be like efficient in crypto and just have all the knowledge, what's like the first thing I should do to actually get that knowledge and start learning?
I would learn about Bitcoin and what it actually is. I'd say like the Bitcoin Standard is a great book to read. It's very old, but like the knowledge in there will never be outdated. I would learn what like Bitcoin and the blockchain actually is, why it's important, and then obviously if you have a taste for it, I would join a community full of other like-minded people that are in crypto, learn from mentors. And if you have like a taste for investing, then I would look at like other things like Ethereum, Solana, like learn their ecosystems, learn their wallets, have a play around. But I feel like people in crypto will be a lot more comfortable when they understand what it actually is, because like a lot of people don't actually understand what it is, what a blockchain is, and that is why a lot of people come into our space, they lose all their money and they run away and like call it a scam because they don't actually do their own research on what the blockchain is.
Thank you, man.
Cool. Anyone else got a question they want to ask? Or someone who hasn't asked one, or wait, better. Go on, Joe. You go first.
It's just a quick one. What like wallet or app would you suggest for like trading crypto with?
Phantom is my favorite because like now they've implemented every single blockchain in the world, so they're like, I'd say they're number one in terms of wallets. You can trade on any chain using Phantom, so that's the best one to download.
Right. Thank you.
Go on, Ben.
If you could listen to one crypto influencer for like the rest of your life, who would that be and why?
That's an interesting question actually, because my favorite crypto influencer that I like grew up watching, like now he's like a meth head and he's in jail, so I don't really know who else is kicking around. But like, yeah, shout out BitBoy Crypto. He was a goat back in the day. In terms of now, I would say Kobe is good. He's very knowledgeable. He's on X. COBIE.
Go on, Sam.
How did you adjust your mindset to like get locked in? Because obviously you said you weren't as locked in at the start. How did you change that mindset to be locked in?
It all comes through like pain. that if you're in pain, if you look at the man who you are in the mirror and just think I'm like pathetic, you either have two choices. It's either like self-sabotage and like get things even worse than they are now, or start to obviously like put the work in, make some sacrifices in your life and fix your problems. And yeah, thankfully I was a strong enough man to look myself in the mirror, say like things need to change. I need to cut all these people out of my life. I need to just like just fix this on my own, go on a big personal development journey. All things would stay the same. So it just it all comes from just like really just like self-awareness and like being able to have like tough conversations with yourself, like that, to really look yourself in the mirror and then think like, right, like what am I doing and how can I fix this?
Cool. Anyone else going next? Questions.
I've got a question.
Go for it.
What Telegram groups are you like most active in?
I have my own group, and it's like me and like 3 other people that I know are very good traders. They're very active, and that's who I like trench with. I try not to be in like loads of like chats. I try and just keep it like consolidated, just one chat. And the people I trench with, they literally just sit in a basement all day on their laptop. Probably, I don't even know if they shower or anything like that. They just sit in their basement all day, sweating on the laptop. And they give me time to go and enjoy my life, because I know if I'm out and I'm enjoying my life and with a girl here or something and my phone starts pinging off, they're doing the work for me. So yeah, it's all about just having the network around you.
Cool. Thank you.
Anyone's got any other questions? No one gonna go next. Cool. I mean, if no one's going, I think that's pretty much it. But we appreciate you coming on, Brandon. I appreciate the talk. If any of you got any other questions about obviously the network Brandon runs or crypto, I'll put his Instagram down into the WhatsApp. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say, Brandon, before you leave?
Thanks for having me, guys. Like, and just like keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are in a really great place. You've invested in yourselves, and you're all going to get like a lot of rewards for it. Just don't give up. Like, things will get tough down the line, especially with what you guys are doing. You guys are going to face problems. You guys are going to like come into things where like things aren't going to go your way. You might have to like leave an offer, go into a new one, but just keep going with it. And as soon as you guys can, I really recommend like traveling and like enjoying yourself, like growing your network, meeting like-minded people, because that is only going to take you guys further. But yeah, I'm proud of you guys. Like, just keep smashing it.
Go on. Last question, Josh, before we head off.
Yeah, sorry, last quick one. Do you think copy trading is like a valid method or not really?
I mean, you can ask Lennon.
Yeah, I think you got to have someone you trust. I have access to Brandon's wallet, so whatever he does, I just do as well. But if you know someone you trust, Josh, and like maybe you know them personally, I say if you know them personally, even better. But yeah, try to be careful. Don't copy someone like HS Tiki Toki's trades, because that's gonna be bullshit. But yeah, like just have someone you know and you trust, whether that's you've built a relationship with them like, in real life, or you just know them from other people. That's what I recommend.
Yeah, right. Okay. Cheers, man.
Last one. Who actually does crypto here? I know Mate does. You do crypto, don't you, Mate? You've done it before.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Do it with my dad, yeah.
Cool. Anyone else, or was it just Mate?
I've got a good friend that does it.
Cool. So
Do a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Do a little bit crypto, but not much.
What coins have you got right now, Joe?
USDT and USDC. It's just to hold money, like.
Oh, fair enough.
But
yeah, when the boys, like I said, thanks again, Brandon, for coming on. If you boys got any questions, I'll ping his Instagram and WhatsApp. But yeah, apart from that, I think we're all good to go. We'll see you boys later.
Actually,